Welcome back, witches, seekers, and wanderers, to One Witch's Walk. I'm Jennifer Morris, your guide on this sacred journey through the cards, the seasons, and the magic of every day. I want to pause for just a moment and say I am filled with gratitude this morning, talking to you online and getting the feedback, the appreciation, and the encouragement that I'm receiving is generously received. Thank you so much for being here and putting in your 2 cents. I appreciate it so much. I appreciate you. Thank you. So today is day 7, and we're still under a waning gibbous moon. A time of release, reflection, and integration. Our theme for today is Sovereign Heart. This is a day to step into your quiet power, to release the need to prove yourself, and to trust that your presence is enough. Let's explore this together. The Priestess Anchor for today is Sovereign Heart. What does that mean? It's about embodying your inner authority, your quiet confidence, and your unshakable sense of worth. In a world that often equates power with loudness, Sovereign Heart reminds us that true authority doesn't need to announce itself. It doesn't need to prove or explain. It simply is. For me, Sovereign Heart has been a powerful reminder to trust in my own presence, to know that I am enough just as I am. Usually at this time, I like to share a story. And it's really hard because this is something that I have struggled with for a long time. I have learned that I've told a few stories already that I would use with this, or that I would talk about. So I'm a little stuck. I learned to embrace my quiet power and let my actions speak for themselves when I was working in recreation. A lot of that went on there, didn't it? And I was waiting for our class time to start in one of the locations where we met on a regular basis. There was a class before us that was supposed to end at 6:45, and we were supposed to start at 7, which means I needed to get in at 6:45 and start pulling out mats. The teacher, however, had a habit of pushing it. Since our class didn't start till 7, he felt he had the room until 7. And he kept pushing it later and later. So at the time, I was not the head instructor, but I was an instructor. So one of my students was there early, and it started again, and I came this time prepared. And I just walked into the room, and I'm just going to use the name Joe, because that's the first name that came to mind, but that was not his real name. I said, "Hey, Joe, I see you're wrapping up. You don't mind if I pull the mats out in back of you, do you? We really need to start at 7. He's, "I'm teaching." I go, "Your class ended at 6:45. He had reminded me the week before that my class didn't start till 7 o'clock. So he thought we couldn't set up till 7 o'clock. And I said, "I will just be real quiet, and we'll just pull the mats out quietly and set them up on the other side. And then at 6:50, you can move your equipment aside and we'll put them where they belong." He stopped arguing with me, went back to what he was doing, scoffing. And we pulled the mats out and we set them up. And then when he didn't end and it was 7 o'clock, we said, "Excuse us, I'm so sorry, but our class starts at 7 o'clock. And we moved the mats into position. He was fuming at the time. And I called the students to line up, and we began our class. We were 5 minutes late. So when the head instructor got there, I told them what happened. And he said, all right, I'll tell him. So he talked to the city the next day and let them know exactly what had happened. The next week, the instructor was there, and I walked in and said, hi, Joe. He goes, oh, I know. He's trying to look good in front of his students. I said, thank you. And we walked over and we set up the mats. And at 6:50, because the city had probably told him he had to be finished and cleaned up by that time, he said, I'll just move my stuff over here and clean up while you're setting your mats. I said, thank you so much. And he, like I said, he wanted to look good in front of his people, and I was always kind to his people, and half of them had kids in our classes too. But my student turned to me and said, how did you stay calm? I said, truthfully, I was terrified. I don't like conflict. I was not feeling powerful in the moment, but I knew that I had to trust in my own presence. I knew I had to be enough for this situation. It's easier to do when we're doing it for other people. So I resolved that was because I owed it to our students. Our students were important too. And now I've taken that little story a step further, and I see that I am just enough as I am. And while I hear people in the community sometimes bad talking other people in the community and things like that, I don't concern myself over it anymore. I consider that my presence is enough. And so I work on this process every day still, but I do it so much better now. So today, let's anchor ourselves in this truth that we don't need to prove our power. Our presence is enough. Sorry, I noticed I forgot to click that up there fast enough. Let's talk about the invocation. We want to ground ourselves again today in today's invocation. So if you are able, close your eyes for a moment. If you're driving or multitasking, just let these words, remember, flow through you. I release the need to prove my power. My presence is enough. Take a deep breath in. See those roots going deep, deep down into the soil beneath wherever you are. And slowly exhale out. Again, a nice slow inhale. Holding slightly, and then breathing out. And let's say it together. I release the need to prove my power. My presence is enough. Breathe. Repeating again. I release the need to prove my power. My presence is enough. And one more time, inhale and exhale. I release the need to prove my power. My presence is enough. Feel the power of those words. Feel yourself stepping into your sovereignty, trusting in your quiet strength. This is the energy we still carry with us today. The guidance for today's card is this. True authority does not announce itself. How often do we feel the need to explain ourselves, to justify our choices, or prove our worth? But what if we don't? What if we trusted that our presence, our actions, and our energy speak for themselves? When we embody true authority, we don't need to shout or demand attention. We simply show up, fully present, fully ourselves, and let our energy do the talking. So today, I invite you to release the need to prove anything. trust that your presence is enough, and let your actions speak for themselves. To help us embody the sovereign heart, here is today's witch's presence. Let your actions speak today, no explanation required. This might look different for everyone. Maybe it's setting a boundary without over-explaining, or making a decision without seeking validation. Maybe it's simply showing up as your authentic self and trusting that's enough. Whatever it looks like for you, practicing holding your energy with confidence and containment, trust your actions, your presence, and your energy are enough. If you feel called, journal about your experience. What did it feel like to let your actions speak without explanation? What insights arose in the process? Now let's talk about today's spell work focus. Confidence and energetic containment. These are the keys to the sovereign heart. When we embody confidence, we trust our own worth and power. When we practice energetic containment, we hold our energy within ourselves. Rather than scattering it outward, here's a simple spell you can try today. Find a quiet space where you can sit or stand comfortably. Light a candle or some incense, something that feels grounding and empowering to you. And place your hands on your heart and solar plexus or wherever you feel your inner power resides. Close your eyes and take slow, deep breaths. With each inhale, imagine yourself drawing your energy inward, gathering it into a strong, steady center. With each exhale, release the need to prove or explain yourself. Speak this affirmation. I am confident. I am contained. I am enough. My presence speaks for itself. I am confident. I am contained. I am enough. My presence speaks for itself. I am confident. I am contained. I am enough. My presence speaks for itself. When you are ready, blow out the candle or incense and carry the sense of sovereignty and self-containment with you throughout the day. Thank you for joining me on day 7 of One Witch's Walk. Today we have explored the sacred act of the sovereign heart, releasing the need to prove ourselves, trusting in our presence, and embodying quiet confidence. I'd love to hear how this practice resonates with you. What did it feel like to let your actions speak today? How did it feel to hold your energy with confidence and containment? Feel free to share your reflections with me, either on this channel, you can leave it right there in the comments, or you are welcome to join our Facebook group, which has a new URL, and the link is in the description of the video, don't worry. Tomorrow, we'll continue our journey with the next card. Until then, trust your sovereignty and know that you are exactly where you're meant to be. Blessed be, and I'll see you tomorrow.